I'm your host, Justin Answell. This is the first edition of the Brett Jodie Show, and joining me is the star of the Brett Jodie Show, Mr. Brett Jodie himself. Brett, spring training's upon us. Opening day less than a week away on Thursday, April 18th, 7:05 against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. What are you and your staff's goals for spring training?
We have a very short window, a very short time frame to get these guys to play multiple positions, get through that soreness phase, get it out of there so you're feeling strong for day one, but you also got to get them ready. And then there's evaluations to make. We don't have as many numbers on position players' side, but the pitchers, we have to watch them every outing while you're trying to tweak things and make adjustments on the run also. But we have to make major decisions. It's going to affect people's lives and it's going to affect our team, obviously. So we need to do the best job we can to evaluate the talent we have, prepare the team to get ready for April 18th, which is the first game, and maintain the health at the same time.
So when you're evaluating talent, do you look more at the on-field product that you see in these 2 weeks, or do you look at the larger sample size from players' past stats, whether it be with the Patriots last year at a different league, at a different level?
I have to give him credit for the years he's put in service time, and logged in numbers and stats, and think that guy's going to be that same player when you bring in. And then there's also some guys that are question marks, or guys competing against each other, more so on the pitcher side because you bring in higher numbers on the pitchers. But there's also little decisions to make with the position players. You got some guys that are kind of set unless something major happens, and then other guys are kind of competing for the majority of the playing time.
During spring training, how important are the little details, the first and third situations, the bunt defense, the hitting of the cutoff men? How important and how much do you stress of that?
A lot of times it does come down to just one little play here and there, and that's why we are doing first and thirds and bunts and pick plays and different things. All the little things that really can make a difference in getting you that one big out during a game can really be a difference between a win and a loss.
So you heard what Brett Jodie had to say about spring training. Now let's find out what some of the players' goals for spring training are.
It's just becoming more consistent as a hitter with my approach, with my body. And just, it starts with day one in batting practice. Just make sure it's a process and under control. And I'm working right. There's a difference between quality and quantity. And right now we want to work on quality.
Really get to know your pitching staff. Anytime you come into camp and have new pitchers and guys who haven't caught before, it's all about learning what they can do, what they do well, what they don't do well, and figuring out how you're going to make them all mesh together and win ball games.
I come to spring training trying to build up my stamina and my endurance for the season.
Really the most important thing is to kind of come out and get your swings in, take your ground balls, put in your work, and the rest kind of takes care of itself.
Well, that does it for the first episode of the Brett Jodie Show. For Brett Jodie, I'm Justin Answell. We'll be back next time right here from TD Bank Ballpark inside the home clubhouse of your Somerset Patriots. Remember, opening day Thursday, April 18th, 7:05 p.m. against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.